Hey, what's up? It's your favorite homegirl, Chanel from Sex, Love, and Vibes. What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to a dope ass episode. And I'm excited as fuck right now. Welcome, y'all.
Yeah. Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm excited.
goodness. I am super duper excited because if everyone don't know, to my listeners, my viewers, whatever, born and raised from GI. So
Yeah.
right now, this
Yeah.
feels like home to me. Like this right here, this is home to me right now.
Mhm.
And I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. King, and beside him is his lovely wife, Mrs. King.
Yeah.
Welcome, y'all,
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
show. What's
Yeah.
Hey,
up?
You
Oh
already
girl.
my
know what's going on.
goodness.
It's good to see you again. How y'all doing?
Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna get right into it. So I don't, what was it, Franklin? I think I met you when we attended Franklin together.
Yep.
And I was there for a brief time because I was moving around a lot growing up. And then I met you again when I attended Riley. So for those who don't know, can you, because I was so shocked. I was surprised. I'm like, he doing music. What the fuck going on? For those who don't know, can you like share briefly about your story and what you got going on or whatnot?
So I am Mr. King. If y'all don't know,
Tell them right.
so
You was about to say, and don't forget it. Tell them right.
I am Mr. King for the ones who don't know. This is my lovely wife, Latasha King. So I am an artist. You know what I'm saying? I also do uh, like movies. Uh, I do dancing, of course. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to leave that out. It's dope, but and I get down. So I do a lot of good shows. I do all over the state.
You doing everything. I was
Yeah, I
up
do all over the
researching
state
some shit. I
shows.
said, dang.
I do all over the state shows. So for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I'm an artist that's really about business, you know what I'm saying, and I'm about my family. So that's what I got going on. I throw a Adidas party every year annually, you know what I'm saying. So I got that coming up soon in a couple days.
Mhm.
I think we talked about that one. Yeah, so yeah, it's going down.
So what made you get into the whole music industry? Like what was like, all right, this is something I want to do? Because like you said, you had started out, I believe the first thing was with dancing. What was the
Mm-hmm.
name of the group again?
Crucial Creations,
Crucial
Vertical
Creation.
Movement.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
remember y'all used to like travel. Y'all was at the skating rink performing and stuff like that. So
yeah.
when did you make that whole transformation into like the music
So
industry?
so so I ended up being one day with my brothers. Now we was having some fun, you know what I'm saying, and they do music as well, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the Kingsmen. So we sitting at my brother Syndrome house one day, and then we coming up with some stuff. They coming up with some stuff, and I'm like, man, I want to join, you know what I'm saying, and make something with y'all. So I jumped on the track. I make my own track. They like, you should do it, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, y'all gonna hop on the track with me? They like, yeah. So I made a song called Right Now. So Right Now came out, and everybody loved it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really drop it for like um, all social medias. I dropped it for like Facebook and Instagram, and it did numbers. So my brothers know, like, man, you should start rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, forget it. Let me just try to do a mixtape. And I want to say this was probably like 7 years ago, and that's when it really got to kicking in.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like, cause when you started doing the whole music thing, like you went full throttle. Next thing you know, I saw your ass performing. Then I saw flyers. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Now, what was the name of the first mixtape that you had?
It was called I'm Back.
I'm back. I'm back. And what inspired you to title that mixtape I'm back?
So as a little bitty baby, I used to rap, right?
Hmm.
What you was about to say?
Look, she already know the story. She
Let
left.
it
So
out.
so
Let it
so,
out.
so I used to rap, right? I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? So around 10, I used to rap with a group. It used to be my aunties and my cut. Well, it's my auntie daughter, her
Okay.
husband, her
Okay.
husband, right? So I was rapping with him and my big brother, and it was like 10. I want to say 11. And I had stopped rapping, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of other stuff I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking about being all types of things, you know what I'm saying? Carpenter, architect, You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it was a lot of stuff I had on my mind at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I ended up, you know what I'm saying, stopping music. And so when I started back, that's what entitled me to be like, man, I'm back to the music stuff.
Right. Like, let me introduce myself, goddamn it, again.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay. That's what's up. Now, the latest mixtape that I saw you promote and that I actually had the pleasure of seeing on YouTube is the Here I Miss mixtape.
Yeah,
So now, before you dropped that mixtape, now were you like? I know you were doing shows or whatnot, but it seemed like that you like prolonged it just a little bit, and you took your time with this particular mixtape. What was the inspiration behind that mixtape? Well, this mixtape, and what was your reason for like, for just taking your time with this particular project?
so I ended up so so I want to say
Y'all are funny, like.
because I'm glad you asked these questions because I know,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. So this how it goes, right? So I want to say a year and some change ago. She turned into, ain't she?
Amen.
So
That's what
I
took
was
you so long.
so I wanted to say and some change, but she's turning two in I
Okay.
want to say about 2 months.
Okay.
So yeah, so when she turned two, that'll be the second year.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be the second year.
Okay.
So when she came out, I stopped rapping for a second and took my time to be a father. And I wanted to, my daughter to know who I was. I didn't want to be here, there, everywhere, state to state, doing shows on all type of different stages and stuff.
That's
So
respect.
so I had to take some time off for a second. And when I got off the scene for a second, I had people, my fans, my family, my supporters, the people that surround me. They, man, King, what you doing next? Like, where you at? What you doing? I'm like, I'm getting it from here, from there, from everywhere. So if you
Right.
look at the mixtape cover, you can see like people blasting through the door, and they asking me little questions in the background, like, King, when you gonna drop another mixtape? Or King, when you going? Yeah, so it was I kept getting it from here, there, everywhere, text messages, you know what I'm saying, messenger. So I'm like, he Miz. So my big brother, my big brother. So the Miz, right? My big
Mhm.
brother, he never say is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ruga. He in jail right now. Um, he never say is. He say Miz when he say is. So I use I use that, you know what I'm saying, due to him because he was one of the guys that helped me with my rap career. So I nicknamed the mixtape Here I Miz because
I
Here I
like
Miz. I ain't never went nowhere.
I
Just have
like that.
time.
I like that though. I like the fact because a lot of artists don't talk about that, but I love the fact that you're so transparent and you're transparent enough to say, I wanted to take my time so I could be a father. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like
Mhm.
you didn't want to be here, there, everywhere. So I really like that. Now, how many songs is on the mixtape?
It's 10 on there. So every mixtape I ever drop, every album I ever drop, anything I ever do, it's gonna always be 10 songs on it.
What's the reason for always having 10 songs on your albums or your mixtapes?
Um, 10, 10 is just a number of a double. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's the first number of double. So I feel like, it's just one of them things that caught me by surprise that 10 was, two numbers instead of one. So I took it and ran with it. I was like, it's gonna always be 10 on everything.
All right. I know I hate asking this question, but I kind of want to know, do you have a favorite track on your mixtape that you like, I can't wait to perform? Like I can't wait. It's gonna be the one right
so,
here.
so the intro,
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's my favorite one because
Now that's the one with the video that you
yeah,
released, right? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I like every time I get on the stage, I like to do that a cappella. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and I introduce myself sometimes with that. I just immediately start rapping it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And it
your
catch
hype
the
shit.
attention.
You like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it catch the attention of the crowd. So it don't matter
that's
how it come off. It's just it's gonna catch the attention of the crowd. So that's what I'm gonna
I
say. My
love
point
that.
is.
I love that. Another thing I noticed about you with your performances, you always hype. You're
Oh yeah.
always and you're not the type of artist where you got to have like a lot of people surrounding you. Like you be cool. Somebody may see you perform. You may have like 2 or 3 people. Next thing you know, it may just be you. It's like you're so comfortable with being on stage now that you have no problem with, I do this shit on my own type shit. So my question for you is, have you noticed a major change in your circle?
Yes, I did a big major change in my circle. It used to be a few of us, and everybody just can't go with you when you're ready to go, you know? So it's been a big change in my circle. And it have got smaller,
Mhm.
but it got better since it got smaller, you know? So it worked out for the best.
Everything happens for a reason. That's what they say, right?
And Mr. King.
Right. Look, he answered that so perfectly, like he knew that question was coming. I love it. I love it. Now, like we just not gonna have you sit next to him and not show your beautiful talk about you. So I want you to tell the story, Mr. King, on how you met the lovely Mrs. King. And yeah, what's our love story?
Nah,
Because
I'm gonna tell this
fucking
story.
dope.
I'm gonna
Oh, okay, he like, nah, I'm gonna let her tell the story.
because so speaking of his dancing, that's what caught my eye automatically. That dance. So we knew each other, of course, from being my best friend Maisha. That's her brother. So they danced, they did everything, and it was one of those love stories where you gotta be forbidden. You can't really say what's going on here. So as we get older, that whole forbidden love story has to go away because we couldn't keep our eyes off each other then. Oh, yeah. So that's the real truth behind everything. That dancing caught my eye. We let them years go past, and then when we finally reconnected as grown adults, had to try to see what those waters was like.
I love
and
your
the rest
storytelling.
is history.
I love your storytelling. I love
the rest is history.
Okay, so you guys met, y'all called each other out. Y'all been, eyeing each other for a while. The question I have for you all is because you're also his manager, so you manage, what he has going on. How do y'all balance that out? Like, how do you know, like as his wife, how do you know when to get out of the manager mode and go straight into, all right, let me love on my husband right now. He don't need that. Like, and do y'all struggle with that? Did y'all have to learn that? Like, what was
in the
it?
beginning, I had to learn that.
Okay.
That was a different transition, being friends, going into dating, and then being together, and then boom, here goes music and the shows, the booking, the states, the performances. So that is something that along the way I had to learn, and then just come naturally. But what does come naturally is that the loving part comes after the business. While we're doing whatever we're doing, it's strictly business. Once we get home, then I gotta love on him, and I gotta be a little bit more in tune with what I need him to do the next time around.
Less aggressive. Less aggressive.
He said, and that's aggressive. That's aggressive.
That's one thing I don't play around. Like I can't play around. So straight face, no, none of that. But sometimes we do got to step off and be a little affectionate, and then I got to get back into manager role because I got to pay attention to be on my P's and Q's to make sure everything's flowing right for him as well as him being an artist. Because he's talking to fans, he's talking to other promoters, he's talking to the owners. He's doing a lot of stuff, so I have to keep my eyes open for everything else in between.
And you do
both ways.
Real.
I love that. Now, for you, Mr. King, like, did you have to like change? Okay, you see how she was talking about like, okay, I gotta get balanced with myself with being your manager as well as your wife. What about for you? Was it easy for you? Did you have to work on some things as well, or did it come naturally, automatically for you?
Oh yeah, I had to work on some things because being my wife, she's supposed to be soft with me. You know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be, my teddy bear. So with her being my manager, you know what I'm saying, and me want to slip over some cracks and stumble a little bit, and her trying to be like, nah, stand back up. It'd be kind of tough sometimes, But I worked through it, and I learned how to manage just because, it's just something I had to learn how to do if I want to be an artist and push to the top.
I love that. I love that so much. Now, how long have y'all been married now?
7 years.
There you go.
Oh,
so, so now
she
you see
said,
where
you
you
like
see where
what?
the difficult come in there because he started this 7 years ago. So right at the beginning of our marriage, it was like boom. We got married. We had our first son together, and then rapping came. So we had to relearn everything that we thought we knew about each other. I had to relearn how to speak the truth on certain things, like how he said about me being aggressive. I do get aggressive. I don't sugarcoat anything. Once he's done with his performances, he always wants to know how he did on them. I'm going to tell the honest truth. Whether it's we needed some more energy, whether we needed some more crowd interaction, whether we needed some more this, that, and the third, I'm going to tell the truth. Whether it was the greatest, most energetic performance I ever seen, I'm going to tell the truth. So that was a learning experience for us both, like just coming in and having to change everything.
I love that. I love the fact that you're so comfortable enough where you like, look, this is what happened, this what should have happened, and I don't like this type thing, and you accept
Yeah.
that. That it's
He don't
balance.
accept it all the time.
Probably be
I
like,
mean,
I
Now
think
we
I
that's
say
enough,
do.
half of
damn
it.
it.
I accept it. I accept
Now we do.
it.
That's amazing. Another thing, see, when I say I be peeping, like I've been peeping. Y'all have a blended
Stuff though.
family. A lot of times people don't like, discuss much with that. I am so inspired by you two, not only because you're young, you're married, and you guys work together, but you came together and you make it look so, and I know it's hard, you make it look so amazing, super duper amazing when having a blended family. You guys always sharing like little different things that you guys are doing, whether it's taking a trip or whether it's just business. Tell me, was it hard getting adjusted to any of those things when bringing both families together?
Yeah, it's always hard when you got different people when it's a whole family.
Yeah,
This side, that side. You always got a difficult somewhere, but
absolutely.
we learn how to solve all the problems, give them what they want, and make the adjustments for both families to see the
Right.
kids.
And then another thing, like our kids are all close in the same age. So when we actually decided, okay, let's go ahead and do this couple thing, our kids were pretty much, we had two 17 year olds, we got two 13 year olds, and then we have the mixture of the in-betweens, and then we have our younger children. So it was like they all meshed well because they were all like at that same age group. So they grew up together as brother and sister. We don't do steps around here at all. We never use that word, and I'm not
Period.
gonna say nobody
Come
use that
on.
word
That's what I'm
because
talking
that's my
about.
All
child;
my
those are his
kids.
children. um,
Yes. That's
and
what I'm
that's really
talking
much
about.
how it worked. It wasn't a his or hers; those were ours,
That's
um,
right.
and it just blended well that way.
What advice would you give to any couple, whether it's a younger couple and they're looking to be married? Like what advice, Mr. King as well as Mrs. King, I want both of y'all perspectives. What advice would you give them if considering marriage?
Stay happy. Make
Yeah.
make make a lot of things that you do on a daily basis happy. If you stay happy, a lot of problems can't happen because
Yeah.
you too happy to make a problem happen. You know what I'm saying?
He always
So
happy.
yeah, so if you keep a smile on your face and you keep it rocking, so when a problem come up or she start arguing with you, don't get aggressive. Make it back happy. You know what I'm saying? Try to pick it back up. That way things can keep flowing the way they've been flowing.
I like that. That's you like being optimistic and staying positive even in the midst of the storm. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, okay. And what you
My
say?
advice is communication. You got to
Yeah,
communicate to stay happy. You got to be able to have those hard conversations because they do
absolutely.
get hard. If you can't have the hard conversations, then you definitely not gonna be happy. Like you got to be able to open up and talk about whatever it is, so that you can find the right solution to it. So that happiness don't go nowhere.
I love that. I love that. So, okay, what's next? Like, what's next for the both of you? What's next far as if it's music? I know you mentioned acting. Like, what other upcoming projects do you have going on?
So I got I got Kingsman Entertainment.
Okay.
So I got 3 things that I'm pulling out of there. I'm doing King's Carpentry.
Okay.
I'm also doing some other stuff that I'm working on with
Well,
other.
yeah, I understand. Like,
it ain't even we gotta wait. I'm gonna let you know. It's gonna be an entertainment where I'm going to pull in other artists. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love that.
And start being uh, what's the word I'm looking for? The CEO.
Look,
Okay. That's good
I don't
though.
want to
That's
say the
good.
boss.
You
I'm just
basically
be the
building your
CEO.
brand up.
Yeah,
You building your team.
man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, Mrs. King, what you got going on?
so managing him. um, I recently ventured out into hair and lashes.
I
So
saw that.
so the Divine Collection, that's what this is here. Wait, let me get all the way in here.
I love it. I love it.
My sister, my hair sister, Brianna, we basically kind of connected maybe at the very start of the year, late January, start of February. And we just vibed instantly, like high vibrations. Um, she's married. She has a blended family like I do. It just works. Her schedule is hectic. My schedule is hectic. But somehow, some way, we came together. And she started the brand 5 years ago. So she started the brand. Was looking for someone to be an ambassador that actually, wanted to get into it. And if anybody knows me, I love my hair. Okay, it's something about my hair. My hair and my lashes have got to be done. So it just kind of clicked and it works well. My main job is in healthcare. Her job is in healthcare. So it's like we kind of just mesh so well, and it's been doing real good, especially this last month. I can say it's really been doing really well.
Okay.
Divine Collection.
See, look, yes,
Let me
Divine
know.
Collection. Now look, I have see everything just flowing now because I just love y'all energy. I love y'all vibe and how transparent y'all are.
Mm-hmm.
Another question I have for the both of you is how do you manage to stay so sane with so much going on around you? Like the music industry is hard. The music industry is hard. Y'all got a big family and then
Wait.
you're doing so many things. How do you manage? Like, what do you do? Like, come on, like, how do you do that? Why did you just point to her? Like, you don't.
Because I'm the spazzer. I'm the spazzer, but I'm also the one to keep it together though. Yeah. So
Okay.
even though I get real high and I get real, oh my God, we gotta do this, I'm gonna make sure it get done. If I gotta write it out, if I gotta plan it out, I'm gonna make sure it gets done. It might be a little bit late.
That's the key.
It's
I'll
gonna be
make sure
late.
it's done now,
Write
right?
it out, plan it out. That's the key thing.
And then do say don't never steer me wrong. It make
That's
everything
what I'm
okay.
talking about.
It makes everything go a-okay. But it is, between he's a manager at work full time. I'm a manager at work full time. He has his entertainment. I have my hair. He has carpentry. He has side jobs. We got the children, and we still have to manage to love on each other. So it don't be enough hours in a day sometimes. Sometimes we gotta flow into that next day to get everything that we need. But we always bring it back. Like that's one thing. We always bring it back to home.
I love it. I love y'all. Y'all got to keep doing what y'all doing. Like if nobody has told y'all doing the damn thing. You never know who's watching the both of you.
Thank you.
Not only like with the music, but with just everything. When I say that I've peeped so many things, like I peeped so many things, and y'all are truly an inspiration.
Thank you.
This right here feels so much like home, not just off the strength that I'm familiar with you from school, but just off the strength of how you guys conduct yourself. Immediately and right away, when I reached out to your wife, I'm like, oh, I just love her. I'm like, hey, girl. But just y'all energy together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all energy together. And as long as you guys keep that, it's going to flow effortlessly. Like, I'm so happy for y'all.
Thank you.
That's just so dope. Now I'm gonna just tell my listeners and my viewers right now, one of the reasons that I wanted y'all on the show, not just because y'all dope as hell and y'all doing a damn thing, but we promoting this goddamn party that y'all got coming up. You feel me? So give me a little bit of background. because it's
party
obvious.
coming up.
You feel me? It's obvious that you love Adidas. So tell me, what did this idea come from? What takes place at these type of parties? And let them know when the party is, because
Okay,
it's
so
looking real good right now. It's looking real.
so I'm in my 30s, right? So back then, it was like
There you
Run
go.
DMZ. You know what I'm saying? I used to love what they had going on. You know what I'm saying? So I was a Run DMC type of guy. You know what I'm saying? When I used to listen to them, like, dang, they gear was fly. That and Adidas was always everywhere. And I used to play a lot of sports, so you know what I'm saying. I woo Adidas with everything that I did in sports. From boxing to basketball to baseball. I was all of it. I woo Adidas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Adidas like starting to become my favorite thing because I'm wearing it every time I see it I see it here, there, everywhere. Every time I put it on, I'm seeing it. So I'm like, yeah, Adidas, I'm rocking with this brand. You know what I'm saying? So now in my head, I'm like, I'm rapping. Let me make a song about Adidas because I want to be signed by Adidas. I don't really want to be signed by a record label. You know what I'm saying? I want to be signed by Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Then every record label go on me. So in my head, I'm pushing for not only my music but for branding the Adidas brand because I feel like that they can use another hot artist. You ain't got to be the only one.
And a little
That's
sacky.
Yeah,
that's smart right there. I like that. That's smart though.
they ain't got to be the only one.
Okay. Now, when you first came along with the idea, Mrs. King, like, what was your response? Like, was you like, what? Or was you like, all right, I can see this? Oh, okay, you was like, what?
Yes, because I mean the popular thing are J's. Everybody stand in line for J's. He's always been his own trendsetter, always. So whole time while I'm trying to buy him J's for his birthday, he looking in the Adidas section. Like no matter where we're going, I'm like, you don't want these J's right here? I'm telling you, I'm about to get them for you for your birthday. He like, nah, we gonna do this. So then he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this party. Bro, who about to wear Adidas? Like, who is about to wear
What?
this?
She like, no, who's doing that? No.
But that's one of them hard conversations because when it's all said and done, that is something that he loves. He loves it to death. It don't matter what party, what event, what state. He's his own person, and that's really what inspires me about him a lot. He don't gotta fit in nowhere. He gonna always stand out somewhere. So then I started wearing them too.
Like she said,
okay.
Look, now you the new wifey on. Look,
yeah,
okay.
Everybody started wearing Adidas.
Yeah.
Now I got an Adidas party to where everybody from Gary, from
Was in
all over different states, Texas. I'm talking about a lot of different people coming out, and they gonna be here in a couple of days, and we finna turn up.
That party about to be so fucking lit.
Yes.
Backstage on Broadway, March 22nd.
Yes.
That's right. The Adidas party. Now this is the third year.
Y'all watching, y'all be
This the third year.
This the third year. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. Okay,
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Now, before we even end the interview, I want y'all to shout out whoever it is that y'all want to shout out, whether it's family, it's your team, and then let everybody know your handles, where they can reach you at, where your music is at. Go ahead, do your thing.
He always listen. I always, everybody know we love everybody. Shout out to our whole team, all our supporters, my sisters, our brothers, moms, everybody. Like I try not to do the names, I'll always forget somebody. But shout out to them because without them supporting us, without them backing us up, when I say his support team heavy, sisters, brothers, cousins, aunties, everybody, mamas, they be right there front and center throughout it all. So always shout out to them.
Yes. Big shout out to the kids too. Big shout out to everybody talking about.
He a true dad. You see how he did that? Big shout out to the kids too.
Big shout out to Kingsman Entertainment, man. For real. Shout out to your favorite homegirl that brought me on to this podcast.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to everybody, man, that rock with Mr. King, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support for real.
That's what's up. Where can they find y'all at? What's going on? Where y'all at? What's the name on social media?
Lady King, Lid. Oh, I said Li. Right. Ladi King on Facebook. I don't be on Instagram all that often. It's kind of like linked together, but I definitely be on TikTok. Same thing, Lady
Everybody on
King
TikTok
21.
now.
Yes.
So all social media under Mr. King. It's gonna be you can find me on Facebook. It's Richard King, and then you can find me on Instagram. It's Kingsman219 Mr. King. So any other social media is Mr. King because my music gonna pop up.
That's what I'm talking
So,
about.
so y'all go check out all the music that I got going on. My last mixtape is called Here I'm Is by Mr. King. Y'all can find it on all social medias. I'm talking about Spotify, Apple Music,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, whatever you listen to, you can find it on there. Go find it and give your boy a couple streams. I appreciate it in advance. For real.
That's what's up. That's what's
And
up.
come get y'all some help. And some lash.
And lashes. Don't forget that. Hair and
And some
lashes.
lashes.
Divine Collection, she said. Now.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you so much, guys, for the opportunity of allowing me to actually interview not only just you, Mr. King, but the both of you. So for trusting me with your journey, with your experiences. Thank you both. Thank you for being so pleasant to me when I reached out about it. I appreciate y'all so very much. And to my listeners, to my viewers, thank you for tuning in to another dope ass episode of Sex, Love, and Vibes. And I'll
Yes.
see y'all next
Yeah.
Saturday. And y'all better check out Mr. King and his lovely wife, Mrs. King, aka
Friday. Don't
King.
forget.
That's right. And Divine Collection and
Yes.
King Entertainment. Y'all better check them
Yeah.
out. They dope as hell. All right. Y'all
Appreciate
have
Yes.
a good one. All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for having me.
No problem. No problem at all. I appreciate y'all.